Let's talk to Luke Murphy about this. He's Associate Director for the Energy and Climate Team at the Institute for Public Policy Research, a left-wing think tank, and he joins us now. Good morning to you, Luke.
Good morning.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Rishi Sunak wasn't going to attend COP27. Now he might attend. Does it matter whether he goes or not? Should he go?
I think it does matter if he goes, and I think it's for three reasons. Firstly, we've got to remember what this summit is about. It's about world leaders coming together to agree commitments to reduce those emissions and harm to the environment, which, contrary to, I think, what's been set out so far, is a huge threat and is having huge impacts here at home, from flooding in Yorkshire to coastal erosion in Norfolk, to the regular heat waves that we're seeing across the country.
I mean, can I just say, I'm sorry to do this, but actually, when you look at the IPCC reports, what the world body that everyone's supposed to look at, the actual science, the data they're saying is, it may well be that warming climates will have an impact on that, but there is no evidence as yet that these things are happening any more often.
I mean,
I know we're reporting them more often, we're aware of them more often, but globally that's not the case.
The evidence from the IPCC is absolutely clear. The overwhelming scientific consensus shows that these events are driven by human activity.
No, that's not a true statement. I'm sorry, that's not what the IPCC says. What the actual scientific documents, as opposed to the political document that is read, that's not what they say.
The evidence is clear.
Okay. That it is. Going to keep saying it. All right, you keep saying it. Let's move on. What's your second reason?
So secondly is economic. So you talked about the things happening here at home. Yep. The reason why we're in an energy crisis, the reason why we're in a cost of living crisis is in part because we are over-reliant on volatile and damaging fossil fuels. The best way out of this cost of living crisis and to reduce the cost of energy is to invest in renewables.
Hold on, I'm sorry. They're not volatile. They're really reliable in a way that the sun and wind are not really reliable. Even if we could go and most of the time use wind and solar, we don't have the storage for them. We'd still have to have the backup of the fossil fuels and the nuclear energy and the like. 80% of the world's energy is still fossil fuels. We're not going to switch that quickly. We rely on these things to build our factory, and to run our factories.
I mean, the economic evidence is clear that what is volatile is the price of gas. It is hugely increased over the last 2 years. Renewables are 9 times cheaper. They are overwhelmingly popular with the public, including...
They're not. They're subsidised. They're subsidised.
They're 9 times cheaper. Gas is also, and fossil fuels are also subsidised, and they are damaging our environment. They're hitting people in their pockets. It's much more expensive, and we are at the whims, as we've just heard in your previous debate with the person from...
The Admiral, yes.
The Admiral, is that we are at the whims of Vladimir Putin. What better way than to lead the way, get the economic benefits of homegrown renewables and green industry.
Or homegrown shale gas or North Sea oil and gas, or homegrown nuclear power stations.
Well, I agree that nuclear, as a low-carbon alternative, has a role to play, but so do renewables, so does offshore wind, a great British industry.
Where are those wind turbines made, Luke, and with what energy?
Well, we have the opportunity.
Where are they made? Answer the question. You know the answer. Where are they made? Where are the Luke? Come on. Where are the wind turbines made?
They're made in different parts.
They're made in China. And what energy do Chinese factories use to make those wind turbines?
We have a huge economic opportunity here at home to ensure that those materials, the wind turbines of the future, the electric vehicles that are going to help clean our air, are jobs created here at home. Take decarbonising our homes. You can't export, or reducing the emissions from our homes. You can't export those jobs. We need to upgrade our homes, make sure they're all warmer and energy efficient, which will lower people's bills. Okay. Those jobs have to be done here at home because the homes are here. And across the country.
Tell me about the third reason why you think it matters whether Rishi Sunak attends COP27.
I think the third reason is political and leadership. The public is, including your viewers at home, are extremely concerned about climate change.
Are they? I don't think they are. I think they're concerned about putting the heating on and concerned about putting food on the table and putting fuel in their car.
I agree, they absolutely are. But the public also understands, the majority of the public also understand that these things are linked.
I don't know. I think the majority of people understand that actually net zero policy is one of the reasons why you're in this mess.
No, I think they understand that clean energy is the means to reducing our bills, reducing our impact on the environment, and building a better country and world for future generations.
I mean, come on, this is all pie in the sky stuff. Think about it, you say political leadership. What's going to be achieved at COP27 that wasn't achieved at COP26, COP25, COP24, COP23, COP22? What's going to be achieved?
Well, the truth is, we know that this is such a huge threat. International cooperation is not easy. I don't think anyone is pretending it is. And it is such a systemic and huge threat. It will take time to resolve that. We know that. So
have we got time before the planet burns,
world leaders
whatever it
need
is?
to come together year after year to make further agreements and further progress. And do we really want to see President Biden there? He said he's going. President Macron said he's going. Do we really want to be left behind? Britain has a responsibility and the ability to take global leadership on this issue, and we can only
do you think the Chinese or the Russians or the Indians could give two hoots about British global leadership on wind turbines? I don't think they care two hoots about it. They're busy trying to take their nations out of rank poverty and build their nations, and so, I mean, I'm not sure Xi Jinping cares that much about the prosperity of his people, but he wants to have a richer nation. They're not going to do that with wind turbines.
Vladimir Putin wants nothing more than us to pursue a strategy that doubles down on fossil fuels and gas, because he knows he can hold the world to ransom. The best way to ensure that we are not reliant on Vladimir Putin or to him or a hostage to the way in which he's able to hold our economies to ransom is by going for clean energy.
Okay, but you know who's not reliant on Vladimir Putin for their energy? America. Why? America's done fracking, have got their own oil. I mean, sorry, it's not oil and gas. We're going to have to leave it there. Luke, I hope you come back again from the IPPR, the climate team there, Luke Murphy.